So I'm blessed. There's no other word for it. You're going to get me crying if I talk about it too much. Can't believe that they thought as much as they did about me to do this. When I met my wife, her family owned the farm up the road. And I came to work for them. I got one paycheck. After that, I was a miscellaneous expense. And we worked 7 days a week, 3 o'clock in the morning till 7 or 8 at night, or longer if it was required. And I was 25. Got married. And when I turned 30, my mother-in-law said, you know what? I'm going to get you something nice for your birthday. What'd you like? I said, I always wanted a Mustang. My dad worked at Little Fry Brothers dealership, Ford dealership in Oakfield. I said, always wanted a Mustang. So she bought me a Mustang, 1966 Mustang. It was very nice. And we had the 5th child in 1992. And I said, we got to pay a fertilizer bill. So the Mustang went. And I regretted it every day that car was gone, because when you work long hours and you raise your kids, you got to have a little bit of something for you. And I've waited since 1992 I told my kids that when I turn 60 I'm going to get a car like that, because when I'm out picking up sticks and driving, working around the farm, and I see people driving by on a Sunday, and I sit there thinking, is all this work going to get me in one of those some days so that I can enjoy this a little bit? Don't get me wrong, I enjoy what I do. I love my home. But you just need a little bit of me. And they must have heard me, or, saw me, or thought about it. And my daughters asked me probably a year ago, she said, well, Dad, if you're going to get a Mustang, when you're 60, what are you going to get? Another 66? And I said, no. I said, I don't want a wrench anymore. That car, you had to tinker with it. It was an old car. I said, I'd like one that I can put the roof down on, and I can put the roof up with a button. And I said, I want an air conditioning, so if we get caught in a rainstorm, it isn't like those. I remember those old cars. You'd sweat your butt off without air conditioning in a hot rainstorm in the summer. So I said, yeah, I would like a newer one. I like it red, and I want a Mustang. And I remember my dad working at the Ford dealership. That's why I've always wanted a Mustang. So
nice.
Yeah. So my daughter, who was pretty much the driving force behind it all, not to take anything away from any of the rest of them, but she was the one that pressed forward with this. And my son-in-law, who helped her, they looked and looked and looked and looked, because they had a dollar figure that they could work with. And there's not a Ford dealer in Genesee County, which makes it difficult, And I loved local. Trust me. Mm-hmm. I buy my stuff at the hardware store in Leroy, and so this is, I don't know, they found it, and when they drove it in, it's just like, oh my God, I cannot believe that's everything I could ever have wanted.
Button towards you at the back. Now hold it.
So tell me how you feel about getting a car.
I feel amazed. I feel blessed. And as a farmer, all I can think of is you reap what you sow. So I gave everything to my kids that I could possibly give, and to my surprise, at Christmas time, they showed me what I had taught them. And I'm the lucky one.
And he's gone.